All right, good evening, chuckleheads, and welcome to episode 31 of the Stand Up Snobs podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Mr. J. Berg, and with me, as always, is
Colton Drake.
Colton Drake, baby. Yeah, man. Episode 31, man.
Making our way.
31.
Yeah.
Big time.
Rod Carmichael, or what's his... Oh, damn. The basketball player.
We're dumping
basketball player, the 31.
Reggie Miller, dude.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller's number.
Yeah.
Just learned that.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
I thought you were trying to say Jerrod Carmichael. I said it. I said Jerrod Carmichael. I did it all white and shit. It's Jerrod Carmichael. We're doing that. His newest special. It's called "Don't Be Gay." But before we get into that, man, how was your week last week?
It was pretty good, man. Yeah. Just got to go to a lot of comedy.
Saw some comedy.
Yeah. I hosted for Kevin James Thornton on Sunday, so that was yesterday.
Oh yeah,
very fun.
Great time.
Yeah, dude. Sunday shows are cool, but
They're fun.
I'm always like, you know what sounds nice? Not doing shit.
Yeah. I mean, having
Sundays
at least one day where you're just like, I'm not doing anything. Is
Yeah,
nice.
I love that.
It is nice.
And Sundays are a great day for it too,
Sundays are a perfect day for it,
especially when it's like too warm out now.
it was hot.
It's like I don't want to go do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to stay inside. I want all the lights off in my house.
Go to Silverwood. Do that shit.
Maybe go to Silverwood.
Bam.
Or like Coeur d'Alene Lake.
Yeah, that's what I was asking if you got a Juneteenth off, because I think I'm going to go to Silverwood on Juneteenth.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Celebrating?
Celebrating, yeah. Usually I can get Jamila to go, and my brother and his girlfriend possibly might go. Something like that. You never know. You never know.
You guys do Boulder Beach?
Yeah, we do the whole experience, right? But like usually I'm in the fat guy lazy river the whole time, dude. I love the lazy river, dude.
Then you just float up to the
I just
bar.
float and pee. I don't have to worry
to the
about
bar.
it.
It's like, I'll get
Absolutely, yeah.
another
The bar
born
with
and
it.
raised or whatever. Sick.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a heavy beer. I always get a fruity cocktail.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Those
The most watered down drinks you've
I was
ever
gonna
had
say,
in your
those
life,
aren't
dude.
as strong usually.
No, man.
Yeah, you have better luck
No.
going with.
You get half a shot, and I'll take a double, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. You get nothing.
You'll take what I give you.
Take what I give you.
You'll
Exactly.
shut up and go float away.
Go float away,
I'll
fatty.
see you on the next lap.
The next lap, you'll get me. Yeah, man. Have you ever seen it? I don't know. Fat guy, lazy river, dude. I love the lazy river, man. Big fan.
It is a good time because it's
chill,
moving,
dude.
so you feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, it's like a pool it's like floating the river, only it's not as you can get out whenever, and
Yeah, dude. It's like
the lazy man's floating the river, man.
it's basically a go-kart.
It's good. Yeah, a
You
go
know?
kart. Yeah,
'Cause it's going
it
around
doesn't
a
go very
track.
far. Yeah,
It's going around a track, and you don't have to do shit really.
Absolutely.
You don't even have to steer.
Dude,
a
you know what the
lazy river,
best
dude.
job in the world is being a lifeguard at one of those places. It's just chilling and fucking. I mean, I was a lifeguard for a couple summers.
Oh, I
down
could
in
see
Austin.
you. I could see you with the life. I could see you being a lifeguard.
I mean, this was back when I was not nearly as fat, but yeah, it was the best job ever, dude. I was basically a babysitter, but I got to like be at the pool, right? Because all people just drop their kids off at like the local community pool, and I would lifeguard there. And I mean, the only bad part about it was I didn't get paid for a
that
full
sucks.
month.
Yeah.
One time, I was like the place went under, and I'm like, damn it. So I was like living off my girlfriend at that time. It
How am I
sucked.
supposed to save your drowning business?
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, did that.
pun life.
Yeah.
You getting ready for the dad joke show
jokes.
right there? Yeah. If you don't know, Colton Drake does have a dad joke show. I like that Tieford's post. Local comedian Josh Tieford posted like, "Hey, me and some other dads are gonna be telling some jokes, and I know for a fact at least two of the people on the show do not have kids, and his aren't even his. His are his stepkids.
Yeah.
I mean, they count, I guess, but."
Okay,
yeah.
I'm not done with you being a lifeguard. So when you were a
Oh, yeah.
lifeguard,
Yeah, dude.
you had sunglasses on. Were you just like peeking at babes too?
Oh,
Like,
dude,
calm down a little bit?
It was let's be honest. At where I was working, the babes, quote unquote, were the people I worked with.
Oh,
Like, it's mostly kids.
Everybody else is like 13 years
Yeah,
old.
it'd be like 8 to 10 year olds. And
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, 8 to 13. But yeah, there's a couple. There was a really cute other lifeguard there. She was like 6'3", like tall chick, really
volleyball
cute.
player.
Yeah, volleyball and softball. She's a softball pitcher too, very good. And she had like a super weird wandery eye, lazy eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was cute for some reason. You know what I mean? Weird,
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, dude, it was just because she was cute. You know what I mean? And then she had like this weird little.
She must have been hot as hell to be like.
I feel
lazy eyes kind of adds to it.
I feel like I like a girl with a little bit of like that has a problem, right? Yeah, absolutely, man. Because then it's like, man, I'm good enough for her.
Yeah, it justifies it.
She's only got 3 fingers on one hand. I love it, dude.
Beauty
Perfect.
mark. Oh, it's a nice.
Makes
beauty
my wiener look bigger. Yeah. Yeah, beauty mark, exactly. Like Cindy Crawford style, dude.
Yeah. Except it's just her eye and it's wandering.
Yeah, it's just her eye and it's,
she has a
dangling out of the
wandering eye.
socket.
Yeah, you got to be careful dating those ones because they have a wandering eye. All right.
No, at the time, I was
joke number 2.
That's all right, dude. You keep them coming, man. At the time, I was heavily dating a chick. So, I was living with her. So it wasn't like I was trying to get any.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend was hotter than she was. So, no big deal. Anyway.
She's probably looking at both you guys, dude.
Yeah, she was like, absolutely, dude. Split eyes. No, she was not interested in me either. She also, I'm not sure she was, I think at the time I was 20, and I don't think she was 18. I think she was 17.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I mean.
I remember this chick in my high school she was a cute girl.
Am I allowed to say a chick's hot when she's 17 and I'm 20?
I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine.
All right. Feels weird, but.
It's safe.
Yeah, whatever. She's old enough now, so who matters?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But she was only hot when she was young.
Baby. That's right. She got all used up.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Mama Jan coming in hot with some. Oh, that's a big-ass piece of cornbread, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, we got Mom's menu coming in hot right now. Today, pork ribs, coleslaw. We already had our side salad.
The honey butter.
With the cornbread. And then, and then pork ribs. So, not a bad day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. So we'll pause right now for station identification. We'll get back to you.
We'll come right back
here in a little bit. All right, we are back. Oh, good din dog's down.
Good din.
Enjoyed it. I need a nap, dude.
Yep.
Got the itis.
So we were talking about
Mom's menu.
Yep, Mom's menu. We were talking about Jay being a lifeguard.
Oh yeah, he was a lifeguard.
Yep, and fun stuff with that.
Yeah, they were good.
And you said you saved people, right?
All the time. No.
No?
I never. Not even.
Not even
I had to
saved
jump in the pool like twice
Oh, really?
in my entire summer or 2 summers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. I guess not having to save any life is good.
Yeah, I don't want to have to fucking do that.
No kidding. I kind of don't understand when people can't swim.
Yeah.
It seems like it's an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it seems like you should be able to sort of figure it out.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like climb your way out of the water, sort of.
Yeah. If you've never done it until you're like never tried to do it as a kid or whatever, and then you're an adult and you can't swim, it's sort of. I guess I just always wanted to spend time in the water, so it was weird to not want
I
to
just
swim.
kind of don't understand not being able to know how to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I kind of don't get it either. To be honest with you.
Interesting.
Yeah. We were talking about last week. Congrats to old Johnny Hodge, our guest from last week. He won the Quincy Bell Tournament of Champions and $1,250.
Ooh, big money.
Great work last week by everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody had a really fun time, really good sets.
I went. I watched. It was fun.
Yeah, you did. You're a great crowd member.
Yeah. I sat there in silence like a good crowd member.
Yeah, one of the better crowd members because you actually didn't interrupt the entire show. So we had a couple of rowdy people that happened to be people I brought. So that was cool.
That is how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it was a little bit embarrassing. Shit happens.
At least you didn't bring your dad and then he heckles you the whole time.
Nah, they weren't that bad. But there was a little bit of annoyance. But yeah, that was fun. Put out a clip about Elon and Trump. Went viral. 201 views.
Ooh, yeah, man.
Pretty big time.
Nice, dude.
And now I'm like on the fence about it. Like I'm like, I don't know if I want to pull it or not because the only reason I put it out is because I'm like, this is gonna be hacked like immediately. So like I wanted to just get it out there, see if it like got any traction.
Yeah.
And it is. It's not. I mean, it's not hacky, but it's not original.
What's your reason for wanting to pull it?
Because now somebody goes and looks at my like feed and they're like, oh, check out this guy's comedy, and then it's like, oh, he's doing an Elon Trump joke. Like, I heard that 400 times. You know what I mean?
I see.
But it was right after it happened, so I'm like, oh, I got to get this out right away.
Right.
But I don't know. I'd probably just leave it up.
Well, I know, too, you can on Instagram. I don't know how to do it because I've done it before, and then I'm like, how the fuck do I do that? But you can pin videos that you like.
Oh, yeah.
So then those appear first.
Yeah.
So then people see that shit instead of like your most recent stuff.
Yeah. You can do that. I did that with a couple videos. My high-grossing ones, my huge ones, my viral ones that are not viral at all.
It's gross what he nets.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so I'm huge now. I don't know. I was trying to do something different, do something topical. Always chasing the algorithm. Can't catch it. Can't catch it. But we're getting.
Yeah,
we're getting,
I thought that bit was funny too. I liked it.
Yeah, it was all right.
It went good in the room that night.
Yeah, it did.
Went well. That's the other thing too with those kind of bits is they're going to perform the best.
Oh, right
the
after.
Sooner, the sooner it happens, they're going to perform the best. As soon as you get it tightened up and flushed out, then it's going to be nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, for sure. Elonald, really?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to go with? You fucking idiot.
Boo.
Yeah.
We saw somebody else do a shittier version of that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wait, no, it was you. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, very funny. Yeah, so that was last week for me. I didn't do much else, just that, and kind of glad to be done with the Quincy Belt thing for a little bit here. And I'm still doing,
Well, that was a long time, dude. What did you say? 9 months?
10 months, man. It started in September and it went through June.
Damn.
So I don't know. We might make a couple changes, but I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah.
I kind of want to shorten up the season, as it were, quote unquote. Like maybe only have the qualifying for 3 months is cool, but maybe only have like 3 semifinals or something like that.
Yeah.
Take 2 people and reset them at semifinal, something like that. Maybe that might be the way to go, so we can get it.
I love lightning rounds.
Lightning round. What do you mean by lightning round?
Like a minute each. Not saying that do that for the tournament, but to for picking people
for qualifying.
For qualifying,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, like the person that wins that night, whatever. Okay, they qualify. Then the next thing is like a lightning round.
Yeah. Well, something I think Mike might be into, the owner of the Draft Zone, that I'd like to pursue is probably have all the people who win the Quincy Belt for that month be on like a showcase show on the last Friday of the month. I think that'd be cool. Just like a cheap, like maybe $5 admission. Probably not going to be super well attended, but just get people out there, let them stretch their legs a little bit, do a little bit longer time.
Right.
Maybe have them, if there's 4 people, I guess maybe do 12 minutes or whatever. Maybe have it just be an hour show, not like a full on hour and a half. And then
doesn't gotta be anything crazy.
Who knows? He'll probably be into it. He's trying to get more shows as much as possible, so it's probably something he'll be into.
That place is coming along, man.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for the bar.
I can't wait for the soundproof
shit
to be up.
Yeah, and it's not going to be fully soundproof, but it's going to be way better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they do have to have a hole in there so you can get in and out.
Right.
But
then he's putting up double doors, right? He said he has the old double doors. He's putting them back in.
Oh, I'm not sure what he's doing. Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
That's what he told me. But that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'll just be happy once it's not so loud. That curtain doesn't do it.
I mean, Yep. I wish they would shut things down on the other side of it when they're having a paid show, especially. But, whatever. They're trying to make money. I get it.
Yeah, for real.
It's got to pay for that too. So that was last week in a nutshell, dude.
Last week in a nutshell.
New listeners, we got some.
Hell yeah.
No new states. We're still stuck on like 45 states. However, welcome Sachsen, Germany. So that's a new area of Germany. Also, the countries.
The saxophone comes from.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That has to be true.
Yes, it is.
And 2 new countries, man. Hungary.
Nice.
Boom. And Vietnam.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know we didn't have Vietnam already.
I thought we had Vietnam.
I know, but maybe I deleted them out of my spreadsheet or something. But like every 2 weeks, we keep announcing Vietnam. Like, oh, Vietnam. So yeah, thank you for coming or for joining the Sus Nation, the Sus Squad,
Sus Nation,
the suspect algorithm hunters. I don't know, but thank you guys for listening. Tell all your Hungarian, Vietnamese friends, and all your saxophone
playing
creators.
Saxophone makers
in Germany. Thank you guys for listening. And that's new listeners, man. You want to get into the special at all?
Yes, of course I do.
All right, let's frickin' do it. All right, again, this is episode 31, and we are talking about Jerrod Carmichael's "Don't Be Gay," and here is the special trailer.
I'm learning what to do with anger in my relationship because I'm real sensitive and I get my feelings hurt all the time. Sometimes my boyfriend says stuff in a way that lets me know he's never been punched in the face before. You know what I mean? Like, it's a tone that he uses. Like, he's passive aggressive sometimes, and like passive aggression is white violence, I've learned. We're in an open relationship, which was his idea. My idea was to cheat and to live a secret life and let the lie weigh on my soul and come home and sit quietly in the driveway for a real long time, just like my dad. I still have to express my feelings, and I have to tell him when he's hurt my feelings. And that's really difficult for me to do because that is really gay. Don't get me wrong, I'll suck his dick till the cows come home. I'm not gonna tell him he's hurt my feelings. I'm a man, goddammit. I was trying because I was raised straight. And when you're raised straight, you know there's only one rule. Don't be gay. I broke the only rule, y'all.
That was the trailer for Don't Be Gay, Jerrod Carmichael.
I like the drums and shit in that trailer.
Yeah, it's a really slow trailer, and it matches how he performs, right? Because he's pretty slow and deliberate like that. So you like the background music on that one? Wasn't it Rosebuds? Cool. You didn't like the background music on it, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
So let's give you a real quick intro into Jerrod Carmichael. I keep saying Jerrod, Jesus. Jerrod Carmichael, he started he moved to LA at the age of 20 to pursue stand-up comedy.
Sick.
Never had done comedy before. Never had done a single set of stand-up comedy.
Not even tried it one time?
Never even tried it.
He's like, I'm just going to go do this.
I'm just going to go be a comic in Los Angeles. Never done it before.
Damn.
And it worked out. That's insane.
He could have done that with anything. I'm going to go be an HVAC guy.
Fewer people move to LA to pursue their dream of being an HVAC guy. But,
you get really good at refrigeration, though.
Absolutely.
So hot.
So good. So this is his fourth special. All of his specials so far have been on HBO. He must have some sort of exclusive deal with them. He had for his third special, he won an Emmy Award.
Oh, cool.
For best. I think they do all those in the same category, like variety shows, like it's a live performance, whatever. So,
how many specials total?
He's done four video specials. All of them have been on HBO. Two of them were produced by Bo Burnham.
Oh, cool.
Or directed, by Bo Burnham. That's pretty interesting, huh? And then he also had a show on NBC for about 4 years called The Carmichael Show. You ever see that?
I never watched it, no.
Never saw it.
Actually, never heard about it either.
And then he had like a documentary series last year on HBO about him coming out.
Gotcha.
Which actually caught about 10 minutes of it because it came on like automatically after this one ended on HBO Max or Max, whatever the fuck it's called. It was interesting. Like the first thing that happens is like I don't know if it's his current boyfriend or a past boyfriend or just a dude he knows in the gay community. He comes in like with full on like a mask. He doesn't really want to be on camera, and he's like talking about how masturbatory the special or like the idea is. Like, yeah, you like I get that you want to be honest and there's some crazy things that can happen, but like you're basically like shoving a camera up your asshole and being like there's something really exhibitionist about it. You know, I was like, oh, damn, that's actually kind of a really good point. So I might watch that later.
He kind of talks about that in the special a little bit.
I might watch it. Probably not, but I might.
Yeah.
We'll see. So what do you think, man?
I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. One of the things I really liked about it was the pacing.
Yeah. Really good pacing.
Super good pacing. He takes his time. And even though he does kind of like, a lot of it seems like message driven.
Yeah.
Right. So you feel like there's kind of a message in it, and which I don't usually like that shit. But he would get a laugh at the right time. I feel like to where it wouldn't lose me.
Oh, so like he's coming up to like there better be a joke here soon.
Yeah.
And then
he'd hit it.
Yeah.
So I respected that. I really liked that. I really liked the fact that his opening joke was a more homophobic than racist. Or wait. Right? Something like that.
Sometimes I forget.
I
forget about
racism because
I'm so homophobic, or because people are so homophobic, or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then he closes with that last line. Boom. Yep. I love that.
You love a bookend.
Oh
you
my
love
God.
A bookend.
I do. And what I also love about it is the special is right into jokes.
Yeah.
Bam.
And it ends like Soprano style, right? Like
bam.
It's just fade to black, like right after his last word.
When it
or not even
closed,
fade,
like,
it just goes straight to black, cut to black.
Yeah. And then directed by Bam or whatever.
Yeah, directed by Bam Margera.
Yeah.
No, but directed by whoever. Yeah.
But those are a couple things that I liked about it, just right out the gate.
Yeah, I was kind of, I don't know how I felt about it. I mean, I thought it was okay, and maybe even pretty good. It's definitely not one that I'm like, oh, I need to watch that again or whatever. It did seem like the actual number of jokes in it wasn't real high, but I really enjoyed. I like I thought he was very like openly honest, like very honest and genuine in his like emotions and how he talks about things. Seems very real. I mean, he talks about having money, but it's not in the braggadocious way, even though it's sort of, I don't know, there's something about it that just seems just like he's not throwing it in anybody's face. He's just talking about it, making a point about it. Seemed like there's a lot of purpose behind everything he did. And I really enjoyed that. But I mean, as far as like laughing a lot, I didn't laugh a lot, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was like I mean, for me, it wasn't like a laugh out loud special really, but it was very entertaining. Didn't have a hard time listening to it twice. It was fun. I like his stage presence and his chemistry.
Yeah,
I think
he's great.
Really
honestly,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even for some of the subject material, I kind of knew we were getting into because it's like
it's called "Don't Be Gay" and
don't be gay, and he's a gay guy.
Like,
I knew we were going to
pretty
get
gay.
into some gay stuff. That being said, he didn't hammer on anything that was like too overdone.
Yeah,
I think he had some really like kind of original takes in there.
Yeah,
that I liked and different ideas and not.
He
all
talked
of it
about
was super
sex
dirty.
and he talked about relationships and he's gay.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like gay sex and gay relationship, even though obviously it was. But it wasn't like gay guys are like this, or there's a little bit of that, but not much. Or gay relationships are like this. There was a little bit of that, but not much. It was mostly just relationships or gay or what you know what I mean,
right?
Or not, excuse me, relationships or sex
or gay
or gay or organic.
It was very
organic, yeah. So I don't know, I couldn't tell you why, but I like exactly, but I do think I liked it all right. Like I said, it wouldn't be in my top half of the specials we've done, but it'd be, in the middle third probably.
Yeah, it was I definitely enjoyed it more than I was expecting to.
Yeah.
I said enjoyed it as he's like rubbing his body down.
We watch it in the background when we're doing episodes, and he's doing a joke right now about D'Angelo's video, which is very, very like homoerotic.
Yeah.
You know what video he's talking about when he does that joke?
I don't.
Oh, dude, it's. I mean, if you ever looked
the
it
song,
up,
didn't he?
Yeah, it's untitled something. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, it's exactly how he describes it. It's very homoerotic, dude, or just erotic. I mean, really.
Do you know the other thing? One of the things that I really like that he did, and I think he could do it more. I think he kind of gets a pass with doing it. Is what he would do is he almost sets some of these jokes up where he tells you what the punchline is gonna be. Essentially. And even with his pacing being slow, like his pacing was still slow.
Right.
And then he would still kind of hit the punchline that you even see coming. And I thought that was kind of interesting because it's like, everybody sees it coming. We know it's going there, and he's not going there fast. He's not trying to beat you to the punchline. He's like
he's making you wait for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though you know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
But there's still an anticipation of him saying it, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Even the trailer we just played, right? Mm-hmm. Where, I mean, he's going to say, the only rule in heterosexual household, whatever, is don't be gay. He's going to say don't be gay, but he just sits on it with a pregnant pause for a while.
Yeah.
And then he says it, and then it works.
Yeah.
So,
and there was kind of a lot of jokes like that.
I agree.
Where I would guess the punchline. I would be right about it, but I am like, is he going to say it?
Like, how is he going to say it?
Are we waiting for this?
He's going to do a kickflip first?
Yeah. I really like that. I kind of want to take. I wish I was that. I want to be like that confident kind of on stage because you can tell he just knows.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's willing to slow down, not be worried about that.
Yeah. That gives me an idea for something we can put in our rotation of topics we talk about. I think it's a good thing to ask ourselves, what did the comic do that you want to take and implement into your own comedy? Because we talked about that with a few other things. I think that's a really good way to talk about it. And I agree. Like being okay with the silence is really a strong suit of his. Because it's not. I mean, and I'm saying silence not like he's not getting laughs. I'm saying silence like when they're waiting for you to hit a punchline.
Not rushing. Not rushing for shit.
And I do think that's something.
If you took out all the pauses that are in this,
It'd be 10 minutes long.
yeah, I wonder how long it would be for real.
It'd be so short.
I could do all this material. In
what was it? 55 minutes? Somewhere in there?
Yeah. It was actually, I liked the length of it too.
Yeah, it was a good length.
Wasn't too long.
Got right in, got right out.
Got
Boom.
right in, got right out. Nah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have been on record several times that we enjoy that.
Yes.
So, I didn't like the videography much. I'll be honest with you on that. There's a lot of weird, like, cutting off part of his face and kind of zooming out real quick, zooming in real quick, like switching into like these weird times.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't hate it. I just thought it was odd.
It was kind of odd.
Like this shot that we're playing in the background now is really wide, like almost too wide. There's really nothing going on in it, and it sits on there for a long time before it moves to something else.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, I guess we're sort of getting into the look, so Fashionisto style. But
let's do Fashionisto real quick.
Fashionisto.
Okay, Fashionisto. The theater that he's performing at is in New York City, and it looks like there's like some cream banana-ish colored curtains behind him.
In the back, yeah.
In the back. He has like a forest green, looks like a pleather jacket over a wife beater. He has a little chain. He has some forest green pants on, his underwear sticking out a little bit. Pierced ears. Can't really see what he's wearing for shoes. I actually like this look.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. And we were talking about videography. I kind of like the videography.
Fair.
I feel like it kind of comes off vintage. It has like a weird vintage kind of vibe.
I get
to
that.
it.
I can understand that. Yeah, there's something about it's just the quick changes that bother me, to be honest with you. There's just a lot of like weird. It's just so fast that when it zooms in, it doesn't zoom in slow. It's like a quick like. It's almost like it's almost like someone is illegally filming it, and they're like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I switch my camera in.
Switch it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't love it. And I hate the backdrop.
You hate it?
I don't like that at all.
I think it's kind of cool. It's different. It's cool.
Yeah.
I think his outfit or whatever
goes well with it.
Yeah, his swag kind of goes well with it. This fit I
You
like.
think that's pleather?
I don't know.
I bet it's leather, dude.
You think so? Oh, it has to be.
I mean, he's
rich.
big time, dude.
You're right. He's rich. I don't know what
I
I'm
mean,
talking about.
he says he's rich anyway. I don't know.
If I owned that, it would be pleather. Also, I want to say one of the reasons I also like this fit probably it's because like I cannot wear a wife beater like that, dude.
Oh, you're not. I'm wearing a wife beater just for fun, just for him.
I'm saying how it would hug me. It's not going to hug me nice. You know?
Yeah.
That's a gentle embrace
he's
on him.
He's skinny. Skinny's probably too. Not skinny, but he's like fit.
Yeah.
Like
he's trim.
Trim. There you go.
He's a trim guy.
Svelte.
Yeah. That thing lightly hugs him.
Yeah. Yeah, and black dudes just look better in wife beaters too, let's be honest. They generally do.
It is kind of a cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool
Good
look.
Good look for the African American. You know what I don't like about this special? And this is gonna sound super homophobic, because it probably is a little bit homophobic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bits he has about how like he's like, you know, and I'm learning to be okay with, you know, like being okay with himself. Like what the like I feel like the gay community is really into being okay with yourself. Just hate yourself like everyone else, okay? Just do it differently, all right? Don't hate yourself because you're gay. There's plenty of other reasons to hate yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't just go, oh, well, I'm overly sexual and that's okay. No, it's not. Nothing's ever okay. We're terrible people. You should hate yourself. I hate comedians that don't hate themselves. I'm going to be honest with you. Any comedian doesn't hate themselves, not into it.
You are
sorry,
like,
Jerrod.
what's going on? What's going on with you? You don't hate yourself.
Exactly, dude.
You're lying to
Are you
us.
really funny?
Yeah,
Where's your trauma?
You're lying to us. Why are you wearing a wife beater like that?
No, I did think he did reference that like several times though. Like, oh, I'm trying to be more okay with myself being this way, and I was just like, man, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I just wallow in self-hatred, dude. That's way better. It's a way better way to live your life, obviously.
Back to the Fashionisto.
Yeah, go for it.
I like this fit. I'm gonna rank it high on the Prince Albert scale of highness.
Prince Albie.
I'm gonna go 8.
Whoa, that's big.
I'm not going 8. I'm going 7.9.
7.9, not quite 8.
Not quite 8.
if he has an actual Prince Albert, does he get a credit for one more Prince Albert?
It does help. Yeah.
He might have a Prince Albert. I don't think he does. He doesn't look like I do with a Prince Albert, but.
Do you think gay people just have Prince Alberts?
No. I think more gay people than straight people have Prince Alberts.
Oh, that's probably a fair estimation.
God, I don't know what that is. That might just be the, that might be the most that might be even more homophobic than the first thing I said.
Maybe.
Why do I feel like that? Huh. That's an interesting exploration I'm gonna have to do with myself.
He loses points because I can see like the boxers pulled up.
Oh, you don't like that?
No. What are we
You
doing?
don't like that look?
What are we doing with that?
The boxers outside of the jeans.
Yeah, underneath the wife beater.
Underneath the wife beater. Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh wait,
he gets
it
mad
should
points.
be tucked in. The wife beater should be tucked in. You don't like tucks in?
No.
Oh,
Look at the undies. Look like the wife beater is tucked into the undies. But maybe I'm tripping.
oh, okay. So that's why you don't like it.
That's why I don't like it.
Got you. Because you're not a tuck-in guy. We've established
not
some
a tuck-in
previous
guy.
Fashinistos. The fuck am I talking about? Fashionistos.
But he gets mad points for the wife beater being so tight and looking clean.
What about the fact that the leather jacket is constantly hanging off his shoulder to the one side?
Now that's a.
Is that hot? Is that awesome? Is that bad? What is that? Is that extra fashion?
I think that's a gay guy move.
See, dude, now we're just going full ham on whatever. Like, oh, I heard gay guys are all left-handed, and they we're terrible. We're gonna get this Pride Month, dude. We're gonna get canceled.
Why?
No.
We're loving
No,
them.
I'm kidding.
We're
We
loving
do love
them.
them.
We're loving the culture.
But yeah, he does have like one side.
One
of his,
shoulder drops off.
Yeah.
You know, like a naughty, like a
like a naughty.
like a naughty bridesmaid. You know, just
Oh,
like
yeah,
one
that's a good
shoulder.
call. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like one. Yeah, well, it looks fine, but the whole time I was like moving my own shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man,
Put it up,
like
man.
put it up there.
Zip it up.
It's freaking me out. But now he looks good.
Yeah,
He's good.
he looks
Also,
good.
he's dark and like he's dark, even like for a black guy. Even he's a dark skinned black dude. I feel like they lit his face really well. It's really hard to light. I mean, you talked to Charles about that, or like man, you can never get the lighting right. Or like white people especially have a really tough time getting black people lit correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the lighting looks really good.
The lighting does look good, and yeah, dude, I know you don't like the curtains. I think the curtains it makes it kind of stand out, like the special itself
Fair.
from everybody else's. I feel like it's not. It doesn't look fancy.
I mean, you gotta.
It looks like your grandma's couch, kind of. It's like a
there's no
grandma's
mosaic,
couch kind
but
of vibe. You know what I mean?
If they were plastic, maybe.
Yeah.
But,
You wrap those curtains in plastic.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's butterscotch by them.
I mean, the other part about it too is we have to remember. I have no idea what color the backdrop is. I know what color it looks like to me, which is like sort of a mustardy, like a spicy mustardy, like yellow.
That's right. That's about right.
Okay, so boom, I got one.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. But I do think it goes well with his jacket.
Yeah.
I mean his outfit. So even though I don't love it,
It's kind of Napoleon Dynamite feeling.
yeah,
I
I do
know
like
what
the
it is.
smallness of the venue though too. That's cool. I like that.
Also, audio is good.
Audio's good.
There's a few times that like we were talking about the pauses where I'm like, am I?
Oh, did it cut out?
Yeah, is something going on here? Am I getting a phone call? Why did this?
Because you're watching it on your phone. And
Yeah, I'll have my phone in my pocket while I'm doing stuff.
Sure.
And listening to it, and then some
like,
of those
"Hello?"
pauses.
Hello, you're in the middle of the
Like,
special.
who's calling me? God, how long is it
funny.
taking Siri to pick this up?
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we both liked it, and you know, interestingly enough, we both picked the same clip
yeah. That
for
is,
the favorite jokes segment.
that is interesting.
So let's just do that one
Yeah.
since we're already there. So we both like this joke. Do you want to set it up? Would you like me to?
You want to set it up?
Sure. So essentially, he's talking about what happens when your parents get older, and how they start to act differently. That's essentially what's going on. So here we go.
Your father has said fewer and fewer words every year he's been alive. My dad now sits quietly in the corner and only occasionally says some random shit like, don't feel like a Sunday. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, what the fuck are you saying? It is Sunday. Your dad got quiet and your mom went crazy. All moms go crazy because all moms get radicalized. They don't know what to do with all that mom energy. They get radicalized by something. And if you're lucky, your mom's into gardening all of a sudden. Congratulations, you got one of the good ones. But your mom's probably in QAnon now. Or if you're like me, your mom's really religious crazy.
Yeah.
Like, my mom loves Jesus now. Like, we grew up going to church, but it wasn't like this. Something changed with that lady. Like, my mom loves Jesus now. She loves him. She be wearing all of his merch. She be quoting this nigga's lyrics all the time. Jesus is her favorite rapper. She can't wait for Jesus to return. That's her shit. She can't wait for Jesus to come back. And I tell my mom all the time, look, I know celebrities. None of them hang out with their biggest fan. No, I gotta let her know. I tell her, when Jesus come back, he ain't gonna fuck with you. Jesus is gonna be scared of my mom. Jesus is gonna treat my mom like the lady who killed Selena. He's gonna stay 1,000 yards away.
There it is. That was both our choices for the joke. I really, loved it. What did you like about it?
Yeah. I really like the Jesus merch part is
The
funny.
merch.
Yeah.
It's very comic, like relatable for a comic comedian.
But then also I like I know a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
They don't want to hang out with their biggest fan. Like, that's funny. That's a funny angle to put on Jesus.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's unique. I like the I like the she knows all his lyrics or whatever. Like she quotes all his lyrics. With a well-placed N-word as well.
Yeah.
He didn't say the N-word a ton, but he said it enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't too much, but it was like, you know.
He said it enough.
Well, you know what I mean? Like clearly he wasn't just letting it fly every other word, right? But like, he uses the word, so he should use the word because he's being himself, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, that's why, you know, when white people say it, it's totally fine.
Yes.
No, no, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to not say it. Especially if it's not a clean, you know, whatever, it's fine. I don't want people to not say it because they're like, oh, well, you know, people. If that's the way you talk, I feel like you should say it, but just not every other word. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah.
If it sounds natural, that's all.
I see what you're saying. You can give
Here I am telling black people when to use the N-word again. Dude, I'm on fire today, by the way.
I will. Another thing that I did like about it is when he talks about going to church with his mom, and he's like, dude, church to me is like a big pyramid scheme. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he does say that. Another part. Yeah.
And then but then like his mom is like giving out his money essentially. To the church.
Puts $20 in the plate.
My $20.
Yeah, puts my $20 in the plate.
And he's like, I came from you. Like,
your
egg,
your egg, that sperm, like, that's me. Like,
and then he doesn't believe it at all. That is
great callback at the end of that too.
Yeah,
the end of almost the end of the special, not quite, but he talks about like he was going to hide money in his mom's.
Yeah,
the
pastor.
Drawer.
Yeah, the pastor prior to that said, "No, God told me on Friday.
Yeah, whatever I get in the plate, it's going to be it's going to
triple by Friday."
He's
like, "What is God on FanDuel? What is?"
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then later he's like, because he didn't put the $2,000 in his mom's sock drawer because of that. Because he's like, man, she's basically essentially the implication is she's just gonna think it's from Jesus or whatever.
She's gonna thank God for everything he does for her. Is kind of the premise. Of the
he
whole
does say
bit.
that a couple times. You're like, man, I keep buying her shit and she keeps thanking Jesus. I think that's funny.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. It was a fun special.
Was there
different?
It was different. Was there anything that you didn't like about it?
There were a couple things. I mean, I didn't love that there weren't a lot of ha-ha moments in it. I mean, that's just, you know, it was a lot more of a slow burn, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so if I'm looking for comedy, I'm looking for a little bit more than that. And then I think at times he comes off a little bit arrogant, and not quite relatable or likable in certain contexts. Most of the time he's fine, but there's a couple of them I'm like, all right, can you stop talking about how much money you give to your family all the time? You know what I mean? That kind of got old after a little bit, but
right.
But you know, I didn't think it was anything wrong with it, you know. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything big on it
That you really didn't like.
No, you?
Not really. I think it's not that complex as far as or clever as far as like some of the premises go. Like
we talked about the best ones, and they're clever. Yeah.
Well, another clever one that he did have, just to kind of miss too, is he talks about wanting to be a cuckold or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one is pretty funny.
And I thought
because he wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, because he wants.
Because he's in an open relationship, it actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But also because he like wants the memory. He's like, I don't want them to have that memory
without me.
Like,
No, I was there. I was jerking off in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was clever, like a clever flip on that.
I agree. Yep.
Aside from that, though, I think
a lot of people do cuck stuff, but that was a totally unique way of doing it.
Yeah, and it was a different direction, different angle, all that.
Agreed.
Aside from that, though, I think what I'm trying to say is a lot of the material is kind of more like comparison between racism or race and homo stuff.
Race and homo stuff. Yeah.
I didn't know how to say homo stuff.
Yeah.
Without saying it
without
like
saying homo stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were several jokes I didn't find especially like clever. They're still interesting and they're still like emotional or like real sounding, but they also were like, oh, you can do a grinder app joke and you're gonna do like kind of some of those where you're just like,
right.
They're fine, but there's not what I'm looking for when I watch a special. I'm looking to be looking for something a little bit. And again, I think we both liked it, so this is picking nits a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, and the whole thing is pretty. I mean, I really did love the structure of it. As far as just transition in between bits, everything kind of flows together. It almost just seems like he's telling you one long story, kind of. I like that kind of comedy.
And even though there's some trauma dump type shit that happens, it all ends with a joke.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there'll be a couple minutes.
A trauma dump.
He like almost cries at one point, and I don't know if did that seem real to you?
No,
it didn't seem real to me at all either.
No.
I didn't like that. How about that? That's one thing I didn't like. I didn't like that.
I think it was just a play, just to kind of creep under the audience's skin. Maybe I don't know.
Like to make the turn that much twistier.
Yeah.
That could be.
But I did like that, and I like that there wasn't a lot of like clapter.
Yeah, that's a good point. There wasn't a lot of that.
There wasn't a lot of clapter, and I also noticed that.
He did some kind of racy shit. Like
yeah. Oh man, yeah. Should we talk about the child funeral joke that he did?
Well, we can. I mean, we can just say he did a joke about children dying, how they're not that sad,
not that sad. Wild. By the way, that was like a right hook out of nowhere because the special is not that shocking
at all.
And then that shit was like a bam.
No, that was funny too. That was funny.
I love that. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, if anyone else other than him dies in his family, the funeral will be they'll grieve in Hawaii. I thought that was funny. But if he dies, they're all fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It was like a child's funeral. It's not. It's like it's a lot of hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals, yeah.
She could have been pregnant or
president.
Pregnant.
Yeah, okay. If we're just saying shit.
Yeah, president. We're just saying stuff. Yeah.
I mean, between that and then he does like a 9/11 joke as well. That's not one of his better jokes, but it's a different way of doing a 9/11 joke, right? He was saying that essentially it would validate all of his feelings because he's anxious all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So he would have woken up in New York and been like, I told you guys.
I knew it. I could feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So we just went through most of the special.
We did. Yeah. But yeah, some of that was fun.
It was.
It was cool.
It was, man. Do you want to do a ChatGPT review?
Yeah.
Let's do scathing only.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Sounds good.
All right, yeah. Those are the fun ones anyway. I don't like when people say nice things. We've already established.
We said the nice things.
You should hate yourself.
And we said the one.
No, we did say the nice things. That's right. All right, here's a scathing review. It doesn't have the F word in it. That's all it says. It's just a bunch of homophobic slurs the whole time. Like, Jesus, ChatGPT.
What are you, Darth Vader AI?
That is a reference to
Fortnite.
Lego. Or no, just Fortnite. I always say Lego Fortnite when I mean Fortnite. Here's the review. Jerrod Carmichael's Don't Be Gay is a self-indulgent misfire disguised as vulnerability. Oh, coming in hot. In Don't Be Gay, Jerrod Carmichael steps onto the stage with a microphone, a spotlight, and an arsenal of unresolved trauma masquerading as comedy. What unfolds is less a stand-up special and more a therapy session. I feel like we got that exact line in an earlier one that we've done before.
Yeah.
Unfiltered, unstructured, and frankly uninterested in the audience.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Uninterested.
Uninterested in that. Maybe that he doesn't care if the audience has fun or not. I'm not sure. Carmichael paces the stage like a man waiting for an emotional breakthrough that never happens. He delivers revelations not as punchlines but as confessions. He tells us he's gay. He tells us about his fractured relationships, hypocrisy, shame, and his need for approval. But where's the comedy? More importantly, where's the insight? Don't be gay flirts with catharsis, but never delivers anything other than a long, awkward sigh. Ultimately, Don't Be Gay is a cautionary tale about what happens when an artist becomes too enamored with their own narrative to realize they've stopped connecting with anyone else. It's not bold. It's not brave. It's just boring.
Damn.
Yeah.
God.
ChatGPT is so mean, dude.
ChatGPT mean as hell.
ChatGPT mean as hell. Yeah, I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with it either, because I do think, especially with the audience, there was a couple times where he said stuff and they kind of pulled back and he acknowledged it.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
When he was doing that, I was like, okay, like this guy's in the moment, dude. The other thing I had another thought.
There it was. Well, I'll go into something while you think about that for a minute. One thing I was going to mention on that clip, there's a little part of it where you can hear a specific audience member react, where she's like, yeah, or right, or something like that when he's talking about, his mom and being crazy, I think I really like that. So they get the whole room, right? But there's also, you can pick out a specific like noise because of the intimacy of the venue. And because that wasn't happening all the time, I liked it. I liked it. It's like, oh, there's like a little like, oh shit. It's like I'm sitting next to the chick who just said, yeah. You know what I mean? So I thought that was cool. I thought the audio was really
That
cool.
is cool. And the other thing that I thought was also interesting was I think some of that stuff, like some of the jokes and all that, I think it has landed probably better than it had that night. There were some of those lines that I thought were like funny laugh lines kind of, and then they wouldn't get anything. Didn't throw him off or nothing because he kind of has that slow delivery anyways. But I did think like, oh man, he probably gets 3 laughs out of this to where now he's basically just getting one. And
Interesting.
Everybody's locked in, so I'm sure because he's entertaining. But I could see also him doing that and then getting a lot more laughs just as he kind of builds stories.
Yeah, it says it was filmed in a small theater, and I wonder how small the theater was. I was going to look up the size of it, but I mean, I could see it based on like it could have been a 100-seat theater. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I really don't have any idea. And if it's that small, that's the rough part about filming a special in a small theater like that. Is like if you don't get anything, it's nothing, right? It's not like you get a little pocket of whatever. You're getting nothing because there's only 100 people there. So, but he did well.
Yeah,
he did well.
Would it work in open mic?
That's a good question. Not if he were white. It would.
If he was a white straight guy, this would never work.
Never work. Honestly, that's probably partially true. I don't think it would work very well at open mic because I just think it takes a long time for him to get there. Although he controls the tone and the narrative. Maybe it would. I don't know. I can go back and forth on this one. I don't know where I land.
Well, and the other thing is too is his audience. I think is very tailored to him. Also,
that could be. Yeah.
So, I don't know if it would. If
when I think open mic, I'm
guy.
thinking Spokane open mic a lot of times, and I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, maybe when he talks about getting blown in a hotel room, they might like that because they do like dirty shit. But
they do, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me thinks no. Yeah. And because some of the better bits too are longer ones. That one that we did for our favorite joke, I think that would crush. That'd probably crush.
I think it would.
Mic,
as long as he got to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like as long as the crowd would stick with him for the first,
And that's one of the hard things kind of about stand up too, right? Is like when you don't get a whole bunch of time on stage, you only get 4 minutes at open mic, sometimes 3 minutes. It's hard to build your voice in a sense. Because you're so rushed in trying to get through jokes that you don't get to necessarily take the time that maybe you would want to take on a certain bit.
Yeah.
So then you can't develop your voice as well because you're more just trying to develop material.
And 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And that's why you can't just do one open mic a week or even just open mics. Like you got to, if somebody's offering you 15 minutes at a coffee shop where there's going to be 4 people there, you need to take it. Not all the time, but sometimes so you can build your voice out. Because I agree. If you're just doing 3 to 4 minute sets all the time, you can tell people who've only done 3 to 4 minute sets because they don't have cohesive. When they get a 10 minute or 20 or 15 minute set, they have nothing that goes together. Even if they actually do go together, they don't have a way to connect it with their personality, I think, is how you usually connect things. Of course, there's like through lines or whatever, but like you have to do it the way you're really going to do it. And I think I have a really hard time doing that on paper, right?
Yeah.
I have to do it on stage. in order to be like, because I'll do it on paper and be like, I don't talk like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'll be like,
yeah.
And then I said, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I never said that in my life. Yeah. Why would I bring up cornucopia at this moment? That makes no sense. You know, like,
right.
So, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, and two, I know like when these guys are making their hour specials, I think Tom Segura was talking about it, how they build them in 15-minute increments. Right. So it's like you're getting a quart, you're just working on 15 minutes and you're working on the next 15 minutes. And so some of those bits that they're doing are over 5 minutes.
Sure.
Oh, if I have a bit that's almost 3 minutes, I'm like, whoa.
I mean,
this is a lot for the open mic.
I think, yeah, for sure. Do you think that's universal? That most people build it in like 15-minute chunks?
That's what Tom Segura said, and how they think about it. He kind of made it sound like that's
like
how,
they like him and the people he hangs out with, or they like most comics, like just overall.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like maybe both of those things.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think that most comics have a desire and a dream because we've all grown up in the you're going to get 2 to 5 minutes. Well, when you start, you get 2 to 5 minutes something, and then you start building up. I think all of us, and we're always chopping things down, right? The whole goal is tight.
Right.
I think people are really into long form storytelling, and they see it as like not only like a real big challenge, but also like something they really want to do to show that they can make a bit 15 minutes. It's like being able to write a novel versus a short story, right?
Right.
I think it's sort of like feathering your cap. If you're able to tell like a 15-minute bit and you can get it to work all the way through, I think that's something everybody kind of aspires to. I've always thought about that. Like, I wonder if I could ever put together a 15-minute solid wall-to-wall bit that's really just one bit, not other bits,
right?
Connected together.
Yeah.
I think it's
tough.
really hard to do.
That's tough. And
when you see people do it, you're like,
yeah,
killer.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And Tom Segura wasn't saying that like the one bit has to be 15 minutes. He's just saying that that's the structure for how he tries to build his hour.
Put things together in 15-minute chunks.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It doesn't have to be one 15-minute bit. It can be 2 7.5-minute bits. It can be 3 5s or whatever. Right. A 3, a 6, and whatever makes like a roughly 15 minutes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is interesting too, I think, because like, how do you know when like that top 15 minutes? How do you know that that's going to be where you want that? Some of those bits, like I don't know. Like I found like
the first 15-minute one you build.
Yeah, the first 15-minute one you build. What if you build the third 15-minute one you build?
Right.
And then you're like, oh, but if I do this bit here beforehand, then I can call back to this and here, and this just flows more smooth here.
I see, yeah.
But because I'm not at that level.
Sure.
But I have a good amount of material, and a lot of that material, like I'll move around, and I'll be like, oh, I can make it kind of work this way. Ooh, but I could also make it kind of work this way, and then I can kind of make it work. How do you land on like this is how it's going?
I don't know. Obviously, I don't want to speak for Tom Segura, but I talked to him last night. Yeah. I was in bed with Christina P the other night, and we were talking about how Tom built. No, so the way I think he builds. Or what I would guess is that he has like 15 minutes and then he moves on to the next 15 minutes. But that doesn't mean that 15 minutes is set in stone. It's just where he started, right?
Right.
Like I don't think you write that 15 minutes and then you're like, oh, that's there, and then you move on.
That's got to be the beginning, right? Yeah.
I mean, I think it's ideally he's doing it in those sort of chunks. He's like, oh, that's pretty much done, but he's willing to. I would imagine he's willing to go back in and go, you know what? Actually, I can pull this joke there, put it in my 15 minutes. It works better there, and then I'll fill that out with some other stuff.
Right.
Because I don't think we talked about that before. That's the hard part about doing a special or anything. Like one of the things
we'll probably done.
One of the things we'll definitely talk to Anthony about. Like when we do the live taping of for Spokane Famous, his special that he's putting out on July 11th at the Draft Zone.
Nice
to plug us a little bit there.
Good job, good plug.
And also Anthony. But yeah, that's something I definitely want to talk to him about. Like, does he feel now like he just put something on or etched it in stone?
Yeah,
whatever Internet Stone.
Digital Stone.
Yeah. Great band name.
That is a good band name. Damn, that's cool.
Digital Stone, baby.
Yeah.
That's the name of our AI band. They're going to give Latex Demon a run for their money, dude.
Don't talk about Latex Demon.
Do not.
They are so underground
keep that
right
band's
now.
name out of your. They're so underground.
Yeah.
Because they died? No.
Oh,
they're 6 feet underground?
No, dude. They like live like inside a volcano. They're living
they live in a volcano. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they live a whole different life.
But yeah, so when you put that on digital stone, it's sort of just there. And and especially in special form. Now, if you do reels now, it's a little bit different because people sort of expect you to keep working on those and blah, blah, blah. But like with the special, there's a different level of like permanence to that where it's like, this is a 30 or an hour long representation of my comedy at this point. Going back into those and reusing the stuff you've done in that hour is different. Like it's weird that fucking Hot Pockets on 3 different albums for Jim Gaffigan. It's kind of like, you're like, it feels dirty. You know what I mean?
It does. And same with Sarah Silverman and Nikki Glazer too.
Sure.
There's multiple bits that they had in their first ones, and then they would run those back, and they would be better the second time.
Right. But you're still like,
well, because it takes the magic out of it.
Exactly.
Takes the magic out of this being like,
is it a special?
Yeah.
You've done this joke 3 times. Yeah.
Right. How special is this joke? If you really put it in 3. But
on the other hand, that's why what I've read from Louis, because he used to be the guy who puts out a new hour every year, and it was specifically so he had to get rid of that shit and go do something new. You know what I mean? Like, so he wasn't just sitting there, because you can think about a joke for 10 years and probably never really be totally convinced you have it exactly where you want it. So
yeah,
it's kind of annoying.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
because I'll be doing a bit for a year and a half or something to where I'm tired of it. And then I'll be like, oh, actually, I have a whole different idea of a different approach and just tie this line up, and this will tie in. I'm like, oh, God.
I mean, like you're still working on that
crap.
shit?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I always think about it, and maybe this is just my own neuroses, psychoses, whatever it's called. But whenever I hear someone who's been working on the same bit for like 3 years, and you keep hearing them do the same shit, whenever I do a bit like 4 or 5 times, I'm like, oh, God, I've been doing the same bit. Like, people are going to be like, that fucking... Like, if you think about what other people are thinking, which is never what you should do in comedy.
Oh,
but
I
like,
know. I do that all the time.
Oh, they're going to think I'm fucking hack, and all I ever do is the same bit over and over again.
Right.
And I've only done it like 5 or 6 times. You know what I mean?
Dude, I feel that in my bones.
Yeah.
I feel it in my bones.
Got to get the fuck over that, dude. Honestly.
You do.
I mean, I do. You do.
I do.
We do.
We need to.
For sure.
But it's hard to, because at the same time, you want people to see you with fresh stuff. And if they've seen you before, you want them to have seen you. You don't want to be doing the same shit.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're only doing like a few minutes at a fucking open mic. You don't want to be like, well, I'm still running this.
Or if like you host at the club or something, and then you host again and you do the same stuff, and then you see somebody there and you're like, oh, you saw me do that last time. Like that's embarrassing, kind of. You know what I mean? Even though it's just
they
sort of
probably
the way
totally
it is.
forgot.
Yeah, they probably did. They definitely don't give a shit like
they don't give a fuck.
No, not at all.
No, but I think about that every
100%.
time. And I use a lot of the stuff that I do at the club is, it's the clean
It's
stuff.
the clean stuff. You don't have as much of that.
It's the cleaner stuff. But not to mention, it's pretty polished.
Yeah.
So I do use it.
Feel comfortable with it, yeah.
I'll restructure orders and stuff. I'll throw a couple new jokes in there. Murder-suicide one's rough kind of right now.
Yeah.
But I like to use what I know. That's good.
Agreed.
I don't want to go up there with like, oh, here's a bunch of new shit that I've been working on for the past couple of months. It'd probably work. It'd probably be fine. I could probably totally do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel weird about it.
Well, I've always said it. So we're in a different type of market than some places. Well, we're actually in a market that's more like most markets than we always think of like markets, most of them being like New York and shit. It's like none of them are like that. Like there's like, you know what I mean? Like I went up to Nashville and did comedy out there. There are mics there almost every night or whatever, but it's not like they're like, you can get to like 3 or 4 mics in a night or anything. All the crazy New York stories that everybody talks about. I did 9 sets a night for 7 years. Like, no, you didn't, but whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You say that, but sure somebody did. But yeah, there's not that much stage time around, right? There's not, even more, there's not a lot of good stage time, right? So you really got to like be efficient with what you're doing. And man, like sometimes I'm like, well, that's why you need to run your same jokes over and over again. And then sometimes I'm like, that's why you need to do new jokes. You know what I mean? It's just, you just get off in your head and then you have no idea.
It's the whole thing is like a constant mind fuck kind of.
Absolutely.
It's when you're working on new stuff, you're like, oh, maybe I should be polishing old stuff.
100%.
And then when you're polishing old stuff, you're like, I'm not coming up with anything new. It's just, you're just in a constant.
And also the podcast. We got to do the podcast. That kind of shit. I need to put out clips on Instagram. Like managing your time, especially in a situation like we're in, where we both have full-time jobs, like career jobs that we have to do shit with. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not to say it's not hard to be a comedian who has who
doesn't have a job.
Jimmy John's job. It's easier to be a comedian who doesn't have a job. I mean, if you don't have a job and you can't come up with new material every week, I just don't have any sympathy for you. Not sympathy is the wrong word, but like, You got to get out there and get it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I just can't. I'm not saying that I would write as much, even as much. I probably would write about the same, to be honest with you, because it's not like I'm going to sit there. I don't think I would write all day, every day. Like I in my head, I'm like, oh, I'd put in like 40 hours a week doing what?
After a 4-hour day in the gym, I would come home.
Absolutely, dude. After I get swole, go do my lifeguarding shift. And then come over.
Come home, redo my fence.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have to make it a priority, right? To some degree. And then you also have to be efficient with your time. Like we have to be a lot more efficient with our time than some people do.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if we're going to all the mics that we go to, because we're going to a lot of mics. I mean, what do you think you put in on an average week? Just going to mics is probably 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at least
Easy.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 6. I mean, going there, being there. That's not even counting actually drive time. That's just being at the mic.
Yeah. And
So
that's
probably
not
more,
counting Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, Fridays. Or when you have gigs. I mean, shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then getting ready for those. And and all that stuff just takes a lot of time.
Well, and you made a comment. About getting in front of good audience, like you're not getting in front of a lot of good audiences, which is true.
Sure.
But I think some of these newer open mic dudes that are kind of coming up, they don't want to do those shitty rooms.
Yeah, dude. I didn't want to when I fucking started.
It's like you gotta do it.
I know. Yeah, it's penance that you have to pay to the comedy guys.
They're like, well, they don't even get a good audience there. Yeah,
you don't have to do it all the time, but you should do it.
You should do it all the time.
You should definitely run material that works well at the club at places that aren't the club, or that doesn't work well at the club at places that are like.
There you go. Yep.
Work it out. You need to have both sides of it. You can't just only do your stuff in the club,
and you can't be worried.
Yeah.
Right, like you can't, because what's going to happen is if you don't do those shitty bar shows where there's 4 people in the audience and you're used to like, oh, going to the comedy club, it's packed, you're getting laughs off of your hacky shit, and then now you have to do a real set in front of people that's a paid gig, and these people have just gotten off work.
Yeah,
they are having beers for their weekend. They paid $20.
They feel entitled.
Yeah.
For one. Yeah.
And they're getting ham-bammed.
Yeah.
And you're at their home bar.
Yeah. And that place does not have good acoustics.
No.
And it doesn't. Yep.
The microphone's kind of cutting out on you.
Yep.
Or something. And
you barely have a spotlight on you.
Yes. Yeah. You're performing in the dark.
The host was garbage. So you didn't get a good
lights on
good
everybody.
Intro.
No spotlight. Just lights on everybody.
Shit, the jukebox might be on in the back of the bar.
Yeah.
You never know.
Exactly. You gotta if you put your time in, then it just like you're better equipped for those situations. Doing those open mics that are like, God, why would anybody want to do that? That's why.
100%.
It's because it's gonna come around on the back end of you being like, I'm gonna be prepared, and if I get heckled by this fucking old dude, I'm able to handle it. I know how to fucking kind of operate in this world.
Yeah.
If you're just going from the club and then you're like, well, I'm doing a paid gig at this cider mill in Montana, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's just you haven't been prepared because everything's been sanitized, right? Everything that you've done has been sanitized, and that's not how comedy is. It's not how 90% of your gigs are. I mean, if you're lucky enough to be Jerrod Carmichael and start and go, hey, I'm going to do comedy for the first time. I'm going to move to LA, and then within 3 years you have a special on HBO or whatever. That's insanity. Okay, First of all, you have to be incredibly talented and incredibly lucky. Both of those things.
Yeah.
Are you both of those things? Probably at both of them.
Yeah.
You could be one. I mean,
but the real reason I'm saying all this is because you need to do those rooms, and you need to do them not only because you'll do a bad job at a bar show if you don't. Not saying that. I'm saying you're going to want to have done those rooms because your nerves...
Scar tissue, dude.
Yeah, your nerves are going to be through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
If you are going to have to do that show in the shittiest fucking situations, and then you're going to fall apart. And that's the last thing you want, dude. Butch Bradley gave me great advice. I asked him.
Name dropper.
I had done 83 open mics or something like that at the time. Right?
Did you tell him that?
Yes. Yep. He got off stage crying. I was crying laughing. It's probably one of the hardest times I've ever laughed to. He was so
Where was
funny.
it at? Was it
Las Vegas.
Oh,
this was
Las Vegas.
LA Blue Room or something like that.
Okay. Los Angeles Comedy Club.
Something like
in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Anyways, I talked to him when he got off stage because he had me dying, dude. I was like, I gotta tell this guy, blah, blah, blah. I talked to him. I'm like, hey man,
That was so funny. I was crying. I was like, I started doing open mics, and I've done like 83 of them so far, blah, blah, blah. Do you have any advice for somebody like me coming up?
It's like,
And he's like, well, it was very cool.
pretty good month.
He was very cool. Yeah. He was like, seems that you love this shit, which is awesome, man. Keep doing it. He's like, my advice for you would be to get up on stage as much as you possibly can. He's like, I don't care if it's doing comedy. I don't care if it's karaoke. Get on stage. He goes,
Interesting.
All you're trying to do is you are trying to build your armor so that you can never get embarrassed. That's it. You want to build your armor so that you can never be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if you're not doing those shitty spots, those shitty things,
you can get embarrassed quickly with those.
You will get embarrassed quickly. I did do stand up at a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
Or at
you told me
karaoke.
that. That's right.
In Arizona.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be an open mic. Turns out it was karaoke. And I went up there and I did 5 minutes of jokes, Prince Albert dad Pierce's dick jokes, to these people that are just fucking itching to sing a song. So
did they hate it?
One table liked it,
Yeah,
and then like the
but
other
most people
people
hated
were
it.
like mugging me. Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man. You build that. You said building the armor.
Building your
Scar
armor.
tissue.
So you can't get embarrassed. And I thought that was great advice for me, and it kept me going.
100%.
Yeah. So
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of comics out there right now. I mean, just in our in any scene, right? But in our scene specifically, right now, comedy is really blowing up. I mean, people really are getting into it. There's a lot more. I would say there's a lot more new people trying it out for the first time now than I've ever seen. Now, I'm not like I've only been doing it. Well, I've been around it for a while, but like I've only been doing it straight for probably like 7 years now. But way more new people now than there ever have been. But there's not more people at, the secondary mics, right? The non-club mics.
right.
And what's interesting about that is people are more nervous to go and do comedy at like these bar places than going and doing comedy at places where like A-list headliner people just did it the week before.
Yeah.
Like you're going to get judged more harshly at the Spokane Comedy Club than you are at a lot of these other places too. I mean, if they're actually paying attention to the comedy, the people who are going to judge you at the bars are people who like don't want to hear comedy at all. Like
Well,
those are the worst parts,
I think
but,
the people that they're afraid of,
Yeah.
because some of those mics are just comic mics, is kind of what they're called, where they just get a bunch
good point.
bunch of comics that show up, and they're the only audience, and they're only there so they can do their spot.
Sure.
And I think some of those guys are afraid of that, where you're like, oh,
That's
man,
a good point.
I'm going to have to do this in front of the dudes that do this all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that can get intimidating.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Now looking back, like when I started, I think I definitely was much more like, oh fuck, there's a guy named Robert Mack used to do comedy down too. So I'm like, if I have to do it in front of Robert, that's
Yeah.
gonna suck,
And you want to
dude.
do well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Robert Mack probably don't give a fuck.
He didn't give
He's
a
taking
shit,
2
dude.
shots at the bar, getting
know
a
what he's
beer,
happy
chatting
about?
his buddy up.
You know what he's about? He and it's the same with me, right? Like you get respect from me anyway. The number one thing is, are you out?
Yeah.
Before anything else, before if you're funny or anything like that. Like even people I think are not at all funny. If I see them out all the time, like they're out.
Yeah.
I don't love them, but they're out. They're a lot better than the dude, than the nut job that comes to one mic every 2 months when he gets on the list and talks about what he heard on the radio that day and makes zero attempt to do anything other than take a spot from somebody who actually gives a shit about comedy.
Right.
I hate those people.
Yeah.
That's just
Well, and the guys
ridiculous.
the guys that come out, dude, you see them grow. You see them. You definitely watch them grow, and they grow way faster than the other people.
Yep, 100%.
That aren't coming out.
100%.
Even if the guy that's only going to the club mic is funnier,
Yep.
the dude that's coming out though,
And also, just,
he's going to grow. He's going to get past
This is obvious, but like if you never go to Tease is not going to have you on a showcase there.
Right.
If you never go to the Draft Zone is not going to have you on a show there.
right? Why would they? Yeah.
Like some people feel like they're entitled to shows because they're even if they are funny, they're like, oh, I'm funny, so I should be booked at places. Like you never go to their mic though.
yeah.
You don't have to go all the time. I mean, you should go as much as you can, but you don't have to go. But they don't even know who you are. The business owners don't know who you are. The comedians might sort of know who you are, but like,
Right.
I mean, personally, when I book a showcase show at the Draft, so I don't book a lot of the Draft Zone stuff, but I do book some other stuff, and I'm going to book people who come out there all the time.
Right.
Like mostly, I'll book other people too, but I don't trust. So I saw you had a good set at the club once. That's one time. That's a one-off. I have no idea
Right.
if you ate shit the 14 other times that you were at other mics that I didn't see you at. You know what I mean? So
Right. Yeah.
can't be trusted. So.
Yeah. So because a big part of comedy is networking, and it seems like every guy getting into it, I was the same way. Is you get in and you're like, cool, 2 more weeks of this and I'll be on Netflix.
There's definitely a delusional
works.
It's not even delusion at that point. It's just not knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
When you first start, you just don't know. There's it's more arrogance at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
We're just like, oh, well, I'm funnier than these motherfuckers, and maybe you are. You know what I mean? But like,
I remember one time
there's a dues level that have to be paid.
Yeah, there is. And I remember I think it was like my first time or whatever. I would see some people up there that would bring in notes up, and I was like, this guy's got fucking notes. I'm going no notes,
No
because I
notes.
rehearsed it fucking 3 million times, and their notes.
You get up there all robotic and shit.
Yeah. It was just I stepped on all my laughs my first time. It was stupid.
Yeah.
But I thought that is funny to just be like, oh man,
I'm so much better than these guys.
look at this guy bringing notes.
notes.
I said that to somebody after that. I was like, yeah, man, I did pretty good. Didn't even bring notes. Some of these guys been doing it forever. Brought notes.
Yes,
they have new jokes.
Yeah, it's
with
another
fucking
thing too,
little bullet points they're trying to hit.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think it is? You think they're reading the whole fucking thing?
Yeah.
You just don't know shit.
I do need to stop bringing so many notes on stage, though. That is one thing.
That was not a subliminal shot at anybody.
How dare you take shots at me? No,
That's a shot at myself.
It's absolutely the truth, though. But there's something to that too. Like there are different ways to do things. But that's the other thing. Like you're so out of your own head when you start doing. At least I was when I started doing comedy. I was so hyper aware of what other people are doing. And I want this person. This person needs to like me. I need to impress this person. I need to do whatever and whatever. Meanwhile, not knowing the entire time, no one gives a fuck about what you're doing. They're doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Which is why, like now, we talked about it before. New people come in and I don't even see them. They don't even. I can't even make out their face for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Before I even notice, oh, that person's actually been around a couple times, and it's not because I'm like trying to be a dick, but
Right.
But there's just a revolving door of people doing it that do it 1 or 2 times. It's like a bet, or it's like, oh, they lost fantasy football, or they just want to try it before they die, and they're like, fuck that, I'm never doing that again. You know what I mean? Or they're like, yeah, I like doing it, but I'm not going to do it that often. I'll do it maybe every once in a while. There's very few people like. When you started, it wasn't like I'm like, oh, that guy's gonna keep doing comedy forever. You just never know.
You don't. Yep. You really don't.
Yeah, and sometimes they come in groups. Like there'll be like 4 or 5 people start at the same time. You're like, oh shit, and then nobody starts. Nobody keeps it going.
I remember just talking about what you kind of had just mentioned about how you were talking about like thinking about your material and shit. Yeah, I remember in the early, like when I was really first starting. And I got like on a show or like even it'd be an open mic and like the guy in front of me is doing really well. I would get so in my head like, oh, they like that guy's kind of jokes.
Oh yeah,
they're not gonna like my kind of. What if they don't like what I'm doing?
Yeah.
What if my shit doesn't translate to the room the way that guy's? And I would get all fucking focused in on it. It's like that shit doesn't matter. Your shit's gonna be fine. Just go do your shit.
Yeah, or it will, and that'll not be the reason why. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
and you can't live and die with the audience either. That's another thing you have to. It's another thing you have to build your armor up for.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the main thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
Because sometimes you perform well. We talked to each other before after we've had sets, and we're like, I thought it was really funny, and no one was giving you shit for it. Like, I thought you performed it really well. You did this, you did that, and you can't let the crowd determine whether or not you had a good set or not. As weird as that sounds, that's not really how. I mean, of course it matters, but it doesn't.
Right.
In an open mic setting, it doesn't matter nearly as much. In an actual show setting, if you're bomb, you bomb, and that's you need to make sure. Yeah, and you got to change something. You got to figure out how to set the tone right or whatever with whatever type of comedy they like. Maybe you're
don't
not
open with talking about killing your mom or something.
Unless they're into that shit.
You got to ease them into the killing your mom
absolutely.
stuff. Just kidding.
Yeah,
but
it's all. I mean, that's the fun part about it too. And we've talked about it for a little bit here, but that is the fun part. Like the adjustments that you make is part of the fun part. Obviously, it's not. The fun part is it's fucking killing. That's what's fun.
Killing's fun. I love coming up with premise. I love writing. I like
the
writing process.
Writing, coming up with a new joke, super fun.
Super fun. And
editing
also
an old joke,
not as fun. But when you get new lines to it and it kind of breathes life into them, it's fun.
Until you actually figure out. Once you solve the Rubik's Cube, or at least sort of solve it, that's fun.
Yeah.
But the part where you're sitting there going, "There's fucking 4 orange squares. I can't figure out where to put them."
Yeah.
God, I hate that. But
forward, left.
But you have to go through that in order to make the joke work, man. So
and then the shitty part is some jokes immediately start coming together. You'll do it once.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, that was pretty good. Oh, but if I said this and this and this here, put this in the front, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then it's like you start you're just cooking your way through this Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, how come I can't get my other jokes
some
to go
of your
this
jokes
way?
just go. And honestly, they're always the ones that aren't like
ones that you give a shit about.
The premise that you really, really want to get a hold of, they're impossible to unlock the value of them, right? Like there are jokes that I've been working on since I started that I love the premise. I fucking love the premise, and I've never been able. Every once in a while, I'll trot them back out. It'll bomb again, and I'll be like, I know that's funny.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is it not working? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you hit one, dogs and cats, and people just love it. You're like, God damn it, that joke's stupid.
Yeah, dude.
I hate you for liking it.
One of the jokes I close with now, I thought was a throwaway joke.
Which one is that?
My spit joke.
Oh, God.
My spit joke was a throwaway joke. And it's one of my
So
favorite
gross,
bits.
dude.
It's one of the best bits.
Jerrod Carmichael has a spit joke.
I know. Did you
Were
hear
you
that?
worried about it?
No. When I heard it, though, he gets this. Spitting in people's mouth gets a reaction, man.
Yeah, because it's
It
fucking
got the
gross,
same reaction
dude.
that I get. And
It's visceral.
I mean, he was going a little bit further into like
Yeah, but
baby bird. And
but
stuff.
it didn't turn the audience on him at all.
No,
Maybe I don't know.
It is a weird, it's a weird thing, but it always gets that reaction.
As he's making out with his boyfriend on the TV.
He's
right
about
now.
to spit in that guy's mouth.
All right. Don't be the pan down. I don't need to see him grabbing his butt. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we talked a while about that. Let's get
Yeah.
through whatever. Anything else you want to talk about? special related or
No,
anything like that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I was pleasantly surprised. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to think of it at all.
I liked it. I kind of took some notes on some stuff that he was doing, and I want to try to apply some of that and see how it goes.
So we don't have much. We'll skip some of these things, but we do need to do why I'm better then.
Yeah.
So we need to do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So as you know, we tape out in my mom's basement, and Jerrod Carmichael has 2 Emmys. It's 4 specials, and is a multimillionaire who started doing comedy on a whim at age 20 and immediately got discovered, and I hate him for it. All right. But who better than us to tell him how he's a piece of shit and we're way better than he is? I'll tell you who. Nobody.
That's right.
I'll start.
Yes.
Hey, Jerrod Carmichael. First of all, have an easier name to say. That's fucking annoying, dude. It looks like Jerrod. So just say Jerrod, okay? I want you to change your name to placate me now. Jerrod Carmichael, I'm telling you this right now. I'm a better comic than you because I can string together more than 3 jokes a minute, or an hour, I should say. And also, I'm not gay. I don't know. I'm not gay or black. I'm not gay or black.
I was wondering if you were going to hit those.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Really, I enjoyed it, but
It's trash.
I look better.
Your special's trash.
I look better than a wife beater than you do. You're trash. Your special's trash. Congratulations. Happy Pride Month. No, I don't have much. That's all I had.
I like it.
You go.
All right. Jerrod Carmichael, how am I better than you? Well, I am better for one because I'm not pulling my boxers out to bring them over my wife beater.
Yo.
That's a weird move, my boy.
Giving yourself a wedgie. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm better than you because I don't do that. I also, I like Jay said, he gets through more jokes. Yeah, same. I could have had a lot more laughs in there. You should have had a lot more laughs in there. Tighten it up for the next one. I liked it.
Was it a 12-minute set? Jesus, what are you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerrod Carmichael. Check him out if you haven't. Check out his other stuff too. I haven't watched any of it, but I'm sure it's pretty decent. That closed the book on Jerrod Carmichael.
Yeah, good special,
His first
man.
name's Ruthaniel.
What?
His real first name's Ruthaniel.
You should have just went with that.
He has a special called Ruthaniel.
Oh.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
I think that might be the one he won the Emmy for. Anyway, that was extra stuff for no reason. Just
cool.
throw that on the end.
Well-
So we got that. Check out Jerrod Carmichael. We did a Why I'm Better Than. We don't need to do any of this other shit. Follower count update very quickly. Colton beat me. He got 2. I got 0. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Who we're following?
I'm following Chris Toyloy.
Christopher Toyloy.
Toyloy.
That's comically Toyloy. COMICALLY_TOILOI. Check that person out.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. It's pretty
And
funny.
I'm following Billy Wayne Davis. Billy Wayne Davis. BILLYWAYNEDAVIS.
Sweet.
Very funny dude. Check those people out. Follow them. Listen to them. like their reels, send them dick pics, whatever you want. You know what I mean? Upcoming shows, big guy?
Yeah, so we're in June.
We're in June, baby.
Yeah, big June guy. June 13th, I will be here at Tees Lounge.
Friday the 13th. Spooky.
Friday the 13th, Tees Lounge.
Laura Branding and friends.
Laura Branding. I think I'm doing 20 minutes out there.
Hell yeah.
That'll be a fun show.
Will be fun.
And then
lately, those have been really, really good turnouts.
They have been.
Check those out.
They're a blast. And then on Sunday, which is the 15th, Father's Day, I will be at the Spokane Comedy Club. Because I'm a dad, a cat dad, doing Puns of Anarchy.
Puns of Anarchy.
I got like 5 puns I'm going to do. I don't know how much time I'm doing out
dad
there.
jokes, baby.
A couple of those. And so I got those 2 shows coming up. And then we're doing the Anthony Singleton show on the
11th of July.
July 11th at the Draft Zone in Post Falls. And then me and Anthony are also doing a show July 19th at Henderson's a Mediterranean restaurant with an H
in
the name in Seattle. Yeah. Harrison's or Henderson's or something.
Hesse's? Something like that.
I could find it, but you get it.
Anyway, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. DM him if you need it. If you need the information, DM him.
Yeah.
That's Colton Drake Comedy on Instagram.
At Colton Drake Comedy? DM
Real
me.
simple. I'm at Jaybird Comedy.
Be like, what made it Mediterranean restaurant?
Boom.
And I'll be like, Henderson's or Harrison's or Harrison's.
It starts with an H. It doesn't matter. You'll figure it out.
Yeah. How many Mediterraneans
exactly.
with H is there?
How many Greek restaurants with an H on them?
Yeah.
And also, obviously, standupsnobs at gmail.com and also standupsnobs Instagram. My upcoming show, I have Roastamania June 22nd.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going up against John Hodge in that one. So that's going to be fun.
That's going to be a fun one.
It'll be a fun one. Taste of Northwest out at the State Fairgrounds on the west side, June 28th, 2025 for the Taste of Northwest. Heading out there. We're doing that live pod on the July 11th, and then I'm headlining at the Draft Zone July 26th, 2025.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about that.
Should be really, 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 really fun. So many reallys.
That was a lot of reallys.
So many reallys. Well, I wanted to make sure everyone knew. Anything else you got, buddy?
That's it.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about? I don't think so. Other than next week, baby. Next week, we got a really special treat. Well, I don't know if it's a special treat. Whatever. It might be. I like Joe List. You like Joe List.
I like Joe List, yeah.
We're doing Joe List's new YouTube special. It just came out, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Sweet.
It's called Small Ball. Just came across it today. Ari posted something about how great it was. And Ari likes promoting other comics, man. He's all over people. You know what I mean?
That's a good one to promote.
Yeah, I
too.
like Joe List.
List is
Very
funny.
Super duper funny. Joe List, Small Ball on YouTube. Anybody can watch it.
Yep.
You might have to watch commercials. I do.
The homeless people could watch it. They have,
Absolutely.
We've talked about it. They
They
have
do.
phones. They have YouTube ready to roll.
They have hotspots. They got JBLs. They have great.
That's surround
So
sound.
we're doing Joe List next weekend. He's going to take us out. But before we do that, I want to thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We're slowly but surely gaining traction, man. And we can't do it without you. And we really do appreciate it. Not lost on us that we can't do this kind of thing unless we have people to listen to it. So thank you so much for doing that. And taking us out will be Joe List. But before that, Colton Drake.
Bye-bye.
People mistake my weakness for kindness. Like, people are like, you're a really nice guy. And I'm like, I fucking hate you. I don't know how to express it. I got friends for like 25 years. They're like, you're always there for me. I'm like, I don't want to be. I really very much dislike you. Do women think they need wingmen? Ladies, if you want to have sex with a guy, just let him know. He will do it. Even if he's married with children, he'll be like, yeah, okay, sure. These people that do the live special, what a bunch of nitwits, you know? I could be like, no one's ever gonna see that. Have the special open with that. Get yourself a ticket to a C-section. You gotta see it. It's like a magic trick, because you don't have a baby, and then they put up a big curtain, and then they're like, what? And then you're like, whoa, shit, woo! I thought labor was like, like shitting blood and crying the whole time. My wife was asleep for like 14 of the 22 hours. I had to sleep in a chair, upright. This is cinema. We'll cut all this. We'll put this right on the cutting room floor.